So hello and welcome back to another coin banknote video, and today we're looking at Uruguay. So Uruguay is a country in South America. It's quite a nice country, never been there, but you know, just the actual map, it looks like an oval, which is very interesting. If we have a look at this, is yes. So this banknote actually has a map as the see-through window. That's actually the map of the actual country. And Montevideo's, that's how you pronounce it. Now, I butchered the name. Is along the coast. You got Buenos Aires over here. Save Argentina on this side. You have Brazil up here. Then here we have the coat of arms. As you can see, has a sun, has a cow, has a horse. Says, looks, don't know what that is. Looks like an island and scales. And do we have the actual... So this is the colours of the flag. Blue and white. But do we have the flag on it? No. In the corner, so the flag's similar to the United States in design. But we have a sun in the actual corner. So, well, that's the 50 pesos. I did show this before. That's part of the current series. But we'll start with the older banknotes. So, on the first banknote, we actually had the name of the capital, Montevideo. Don't know how to pronounce it anyway. And this is from the 1939 series. As you can see, this is from the Department de Emisión del Banco de la República. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, maybe you should just reduce the name, which they have. So if you look at numerous, though, you can see that in the past 100 years, Uruguay's had 4 currencies. So people are crying about these days, oh, we're going to lose our currency, the currency is going to become worthless. And yeah, just welcome to the club. I would say a majority of countries in the past 100 years have had to revalue their currency. They still exist, the economy is still vibrant as ever. So currently they use the peso uruguayo. 75 to 93 is the new peso, and this banknote here is just the peso. So, and this is the 50 centésimos, which is a 1-year issue. It was only issued in 1939. It doesn't mean it stopped circulating in 1939. It probably circulated for quite a long time afterwards. And you can see these banknotes on the internet. So here we have a nice website. So Banknotes WS. I actually quite like this website. So it has the whole series here. You've got the 1, 5, 10, 50, 100, 500, 1000. So this is a 1-5 series banknote. And that is the last in the series. If we go to the next series, so that was issued in 1966. In 1967, the Central Bank of Paraguay took over the actual issuance of currency. So who is this guy on the actual banknote? So here's Jose Gervasio Artigas. So he's the independence fighter for Uruguay, and probably also Argentina as well. I would say more than likely he's one of the earlier presidents of Uruguay. Looks a bit serious in there. So this banknote you can pick up for, $5 to $10. Not a hard series. And on the reverse, or maybe this is the obverse, I'm not too sure. We just have the coat of arms of Uruguay. And this has no watermark, has no security thread, which is typical of banknotes at the time. Even though Germany put those features in there, well, at least the watermark in their banknotes in the 1880s. Then we have the 1 pesos. So this is a nice series as well. And as you can see, the design, this is Series B. So good thing about these websites is you can find out when Series B was issued. So it started to be issued in 1939. and it has 3 different serial numbers, and this one seems to be the third. So that information you can find readily on the internet. And does it have any watermark? No, I don't see any watermark on that. And on this side, we have just sailing ships sailing into the harbour. This one's printed by Thomas de la Rue. Yeah, so this one's also about $5 to $10. I see sometimes for sale. If you want a better grade, you're probably talking about $20 to $30. And the only other one I have in this series is the 10 pesos. As you can see, they're actually quite a small banknote. So the value at the time was actually not as high. And once again, this one has Mr. Ortigas, and on the reverse we just have some oxen pulling a cart, a guy on a horse. So obviously agricultural scene. Yep, so that one's probably at least $5 to $10 in these conditions, because it's got a stain on it, and then you got probably $10 to $20 if you want a better version. So then we go into the next currency. So this started to be issued in 1975. But before we get to that, we do have some banknotes of this series as well. So the first one is a 500 pesos, and as you can see, this is the revalued version. So this was issued in 1975, although the actual banknote itself was issued in 1976. And these ones you can pick up for only, I don't know, $3 or $4 each in uncirculated grade. They're actually very common because they're a hyperinflation issue banknote. They were printed in quite a large amount. And here we have the Dr. Gabriel Terra hydroelectric dam on the Rio Negro. So it's nice. I like this series. It's actually quite a nice series. Also printed by Thomas de la Rue. And then we have, I'd have to say this is my favourite banknote of Uruguay. It's a nice red colour. I don't know, I just like the red colour on a banknote. Green is not as good. So this is also the first banknote that I did get of Uruguay. And here we have the Proclamation of Independence. So that occurred, well, basically when they actually declared independence. And the interesting thing about this, if you study Uruguayan history, which I haven't, you could probably pick out some people that are actually in here. So Mr. Artigas will be there somewhere. And as you can see, the signatures are all printed afterwards, so they're not printed on this initial printing. And as you can see, there's quite a few different types of serial numbers. Not serial number, signatures. So here, these two signatures are pretty much the same. So why do I keep these two? I don't know. Guess I just like the actual banknote. This one's actually pretty well circulated. Probably not worth keeping. Maybe just put it in your wallet as a keepsake. So these ones you can pick up for like $2 to $3 each. They're not really a scarce banknote to get. But they're actually quite nice. And they do come in other denominations. So the lowest is 50 pesos. The highest you'll be getting is 10,000 pesos. And then they have other issues. The 1974, 1,000 and 10,000. Different design though. And then they revalued at 1,001 in 1975. So this would have been equivalent to 50,000 pesos. And as you can see, I've got a 10,000 pesos. So this has a different guy's portrait. Nah, just it says Ortigas. So he's pretty much on the banknotes all over the place. And on this side, we have a different image. So obviously this is typical of the banknotes from the 1970s and 1960s. So this is called the Palace of Independence. Actually quite a nice building. Pretty colonial. Not bad. So this is the lowest banknote that was actually issued in this this banknote series, in the actual currency. Then as time went by, hyperinflation pretty much crept in again. So here's a 1,000 pesos. So this was first issued in 1978. So then it took 3 years to actually get to this denomination. And once again, if we look on the reverse, we have the same image that we see on the 50 pesos. So that's the actual Independence Palace. This one's uncirculated. You can pick it up for about $5 to $10. And the other denominations you can get are your 5,000, and you can also get a 10,000 pesos. But the highest they issued for this currency is 500,000. So quite obviously, by the time they redenominated in 1995, also 1001, this pretty much had very little value. It was equivalent to 1 new pesos, which, if you look at the currency now, that's actually its smallest coin. It's worth about 5 cents. So it still has value of about 5 cents, but in Australia, Uruguayan banknotes are actually not as easy to get as other currencies. Usually, you'd have to purchase it from someone overseas, either in Europe or the United States. I don't tend to buy banknotes from South America. It's just a thing. There's just not many sellers of banknotes from South America. You got more people from Lebanon selling banknotes than you do from Argentina or Brazil. Anyway, that's only on eBay. I'd like to say thank you very much. Hope this helps you with your banknote collecting. Uruguay, not really popular in Australia, but I'm just very interested in that country. Anyway, thank you very much. Have an awesome banknote collecting time, and take care.